Hey, what's going on? Alright, welcome to the grand review of all 79 skins for the Osu Skin of the Year 2025. Alright, now, only a psychopath would go through all these skins, and, well, you're in luck. We're here. He's right here. The psychopath is right there. You can look at him right here. He's on your screen. Isn't that great? Now, you can watch some crazy guy look at all these skins and go absolutely insane editing this before it actually has to be released. I mean, have you ever looked at a timer and was like, I got 2 days left. Let me create an entire 2-hour video for this entire concept. Well, that's what I did. Congratulations. Here you go. I spent way too much fucking time on this. Way too much. Oh my god, I literally did not get any sleep last night just so I could finish this thing. So, I hope you like it. Enjoy. Starting us off, we have cyber vibes. Now, when I initially heard the word cyber vibes, no idea comprehension of what I could possibly be predicting. But had I actually used my eyes and looked at the picture, I would have realized that it was connected to, well, cyberpunk. I mean, it's literally on the main picture. Like, do you see this? Like, I might as well just be legally blind, given and I was streaming during the time and paying super close attention to the cover of things isn't really the point of a skin. But just assume from this point on, I never looked at the cover until now during the editing. Because why would I? What's wrong with me? Going directly in, Cyber Vibes is very like red aesthetic, very much cyberpunky for like as in having Lucy, the character, show up, even the ending sound for completing a song being, trauma. But outside of that, the skin isn't bad. And having a lot of red on it, so personally not for me. But everything's really clean. I can't see myself using it. It's very nice. The sounds are come clean. There's a lot of like dislikes and likes, opinions. How dare someone have one? I know. How dare I? How dare this person I'm watching a video of go over all these skins and have an opinion about it? That's awful. That's terrible. You can't have that. That's awful. Anyway, throwing this in B rank. Next up, we have Sir Lemmy skin. Sir Lemmy? I don't know. I think that's correct. I don't know. No idea. Literally no idea. Just like zero awareness at this point. Like sometimes the name pronunciations take more time than the actual skin analysis itself. Because I can already tell you that I do want to go over some basics. Number one, I have no idea who Imu Otori is. No idea. All right. It's very centered around what the skin is about. Literally no idea. Clearly, if I like this person, I might be more inclined. However, I don't want an anime girl on my screen. I don't want a cartoon character on my screen. That's not for me. All right. If you see that on your screen and you're like, damn, that's what I need. I need that character to stare at me and be like, ooh. All right. Well, congratulations. Specifically, if you need Imu Otori, right here. Gotcha. No problems. However, for me, not interested. That's not it. So, covering over that, everything else outside of that is this skin is really nice. All right, all the SSs change. With the pictures and the rankings you get at the end, and the pause screen isn't bad, and it changes when you die. Not every skin does that. The colors aren't terrible. Like they're not bad. I don't know. The circle is very unique and the color scheme is solid, but the cursor and like the circles I don't feel like match just aesthetically on my screen. Again, know nothing about Imu Otori, so I hope that's not relevant. And the health bar looks like, like a rhythm game health bar from like another game, like Project Sakai that you fill up the bar or something, you know what I mean? It's just so honestly this might be a Taiko skin, who knows? No idea. I'm no professional. However, I can say that while it is nice and it does come out really clean, again, I don't need an anime character on my screen. Next, I realized that I forgot to rank it. All right. Hey, let me be very clear. Most, if not explicitly said, characters with like the characters on screen, the one like cartoon anime characters, any like visible characters are most likely going to be a B rank. So if you see that upcoming, just assume that I'm putting it in B rank if I do not mention it. All right, now next. Next up, we have CV02 Rin, a Vocaloid, one of the three. We got Miku, Tato, and Rin, supposedly. But loading into this skin, I will say, really nice color scheme. I loaded it in. It was really nice. It was very clean. It was very specific in what colors it was using. I remember that it sounds not bad. It's pretty solid. And initially, and I'll come back to this, initially, I put it in S rank. For clarification, the amount of votes you have for this event is 10, I think. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. All right, I'm not schizo. I know numbers. But you have 10. You have 10 votes. All right. And initially in my brain, I'm like, well, that's 10 people for me to show my love to for the best skins that I see on the list. And that's what I'm talking about. So we got 10. We got 10 votes. 10 S ranks, right? That means if we ever go over 10, someone's getting dropped. And that did happen, but we'll go back over that. The skin I initially put into S rank because it was really clean, it was really nice, I had no problem with it, the color scheme was really good, the colors weren't bad, it worked really well for what it was trying to do. However, this also has an anime character on the screen. As I mentioned previously, I don't need no anime character staring at me, contemplating, and like giving me death stares when I don't FC the map. Why do I want to be stared at by this anime girl on my screen that's like, how dare you not FC? What is wrong with you? All right? I don't need that kind of mental fortitude battle against myself. So, put it in an S rank for now. Up next, we have Zynite, the Xylus skin. Obviously commissioned by Xylus. Like, come on. Did you think people are just making skins for this guy? I mean, probably. I'm no professional. But, I mean, have you seen him? He was in the Canadian, like, OWC team. Who knows what's going on? Anyway, looking at the skin, it was really good. It was also really clean. I had no problems with the skin at all. It literally came across really nice the entire time. My only grime is that I don't like the hit sounds. The hit sounds just aren't for me. And it's variation of the DT skin. And I mean, I'm not a DT player. Doesn't benefit me. Basically, all DT skins gets an instant like debuff because I don't play DT. But the Xylus skin is really nice. It's clean. It's more of like a minimalist than like super flashy or anything. Oh, I do remember. I don't like how small the circles are. Well, not the circles. The rank is in the leaderboard on the left side when you're like scrolling through the menu. I don't really like that. It's not for me. But I do remember putting Zynite in S rank because it was really clean. It was really nice. I like this skin. It's just I can't play it because hit sounds are too important to me. S rank. Up next, we have Rossi. I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce this. Rossi. Literally no idea. RSI, except with an OS in the middle. Anyway, Rossi, we have a pretty clean UI. The UI isn't bad. It's very like simple and standard though. It doesn't really have a lot. And supposedly it's missing sounds for it, which is super important, at least in my opinion. Like, I feel like when I download a new skin, I'm expecting, like, something I've never seen before, maybe some, like, stolen assets as per usual, and maybe some new sounds. Except, I'm pretty sure when I was playing with this skin that the sounds were just, like, the basic oath sounds, which, personally, I'm not a fan of. And, no one likes a whistle. Well, some people do, not me. But it's really nice if you just replace the sounds with your own. It's just like a simple do-it-yourself kind of skin. It's very simple. There's nothing wrong with it. It's also not for me. I'm not looking to replace my sounds. All right, I don't want to have to do that work. That's why I'm downloading the skin. I want a skin that will do all the work for me. WOS player, not really. You should really, if you want a skin titled to you should probably pay for one. But I'm broke, like most of the Yoast community. Putting this one in B rank for broke. Up next, we have Neko Miku. Yes, that is the actual name. Do I know why it was named that? Probably because there's a Miku and they're a Neko. Who knows?
Going into the skin, welcome back to our problem of I don't need an anime girl staring at me, all right? Internally, I don't need that mental battle. But the mod section, pretty clean, pretty clean. Bunch of different images, probably stolen assets if I were to guess. I don't think this person drew all these different types of Mikus, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe they did ask for permission. It comes out really clean. It's not bad. The circles are really nice. The ending screen is pretty nice. So, if you like Miku and you like cats, what if you combine them and threw an anime girl stare at you at the front screen? It's exactly what you need, right here, just for you. However, not for me. B rank. All right, up next we have Layla. I hope I pronounced that. Layla? I never know if I'm pronouncing these names correctly. Could be totally incorrect the entire time. Layla is mapped by Spoo and was commissioned by Layla, aka Sparkly Fairy 100, because of her Layla Tech Cup 1 and 2 in the Sugar Cup series, which, you can check that out yourself. But, Spoo being the great artist, or not artist, skin developer they are, created this relatively masterpiece. They got a banger starting screen, they got a banger selection screen, and they got a banger mod stuff for being super fancy. So, if you like fancy things. They also have a questionable, maybe TOS
That's
image
crazy,
on the
dog.
end screen. Just so you know, I feel like this is relatively important information when you're selecting your skin. But if you need it, it's right there. However, back onto the gameplay, gameplay's pretty clean. It's not bad. You got the green on green to go with the green. What else could you want? If you like green, it's green. That's exactly what you might need with this skin. However, for me personally, I don't need that much green. How much green do I need? Not that much. When I'm reading relatively denser maps that have a bunch of circles on the screen, the green will blend in, and I need to see the not green so that I can differentiate. It's just not enough of a difference for me to comfortably divide the colors. But if you want green skin right here, just for you, Layla, the Layla skin. I was gonna say something else, but that I realized that wasn't the name. Everything in the skin looks really nice. It's very aesthetically nice, kind of like Spoo's thing. But the skin comes out really clean. You can use it on your own, gameplay wise. When you're not reading dense maps, I'm sure it's not bad. But I was kind of like going through a bunch of the different things, making sure I checked out as much as I could before moving on. I will say this one is A rank. A rank in my opinion. Everything about this skin is nice. And I know what I said. Anime girl on top of the screen staring at me, giving me mental anxiety. It's not bad for this one, alright? Mainly because aesthetically, it's so pleasing that, it outranks the B rank. It's so good. It's like the Spoo special. He kind of does that. It makes everything look really clean. Up next, we have Sweet Lure of Answer. That is the name. What does that mean? I have literally no idea. However, they have told me in the description before I download it, the Herda theme skin. In quotations. This is real. They're like, the Herda skin. And they called it Sweet Lure of Answer. Why didn't they just call it the Herda skin? I have no idea. Again, why do you guys think that I just know the answer? Moving on, outside of that, the skin, anime character for one. So you already know I'm throwing it in B rank. But it's very purple. We like purple. I know. Yes, you too. You also like purple. This isn't up for discussion. You like purple. I know you do. Don't lie. But going into the skin, the cursor being pink and the circles only being purple, I'm an enjoyer of monochrome skins. In fact, I prefer, well, quote unquote, prefer relatively darker colors. All right, I like dark color circles. However, that doesn't benefit me for stacks. As a relatively no mod player, I use the outer ring pretty often to, differentiate where the circle is rather than using the circle to tell where the circle is, depending on the situation. But I don't need just purple for my circles. I would prefer, some color in there. The BTMC 4-color extravaganza, I get why he has 4 colors. However, just one color, well, it better be a great color. And in my opinion, I don't need that much purple. It's too much purple. But the skin comes out really nice, and if you like purple, right there, just for you. You can have Herta on your screen staring at you as you fail to FC. Congratulations. You missed. You're welcome. Moving on, B rank. Next up, we have Against Cacophony. Cacophony? Cacophony? Who knows? Now, this skin really caught my attention, all right? This skin was really interesting to me, mainly because of how aesthetically, like, drawn it is. It's so, like, aesthetically drawn. And if I remember correctly, I think they said that all of their text and icons are hand drawn and written by them, which they are New Penu. I don't know. Oh, by Nomi Nomu? Maybe? Wait, hold on. Man, the information is just not super specific. I'm gonna assume New Penu. Because they just say me, but they don't say like their username. So who knows? They are the one writing this thing, anyway. The aesthetically nice pleasing of the pixel style of seeing them hand draw it makes everything in this look very like kind of fresh, right? They have that like staticky effect, which you don't normally see for OS, like because you can literally identify like the pixel outline on them, which you can't normally see because most of the time it's done really smoothly to the point where they over smooth it, and then it's so smooth that if it's not smooth, it's you've never seen anything like it. It's you're like, man, this smooth isn't smooth enough. How dare you? But everything on this comes out really clean. It's very aesthetically nice. It's definitely something I don't see often, if I've even seen it all. I don't remember if I have. But everything about this skin is really clean, and even playing it wasn't bad. I mean, having the different colors, the only like relatively quote unquote issue I have with it is the pink cursor with the pink circle. Just because it blends in a little bit much, but you can always change the cursor. In fact, that most people do. So outside of that issue, just for me, I think the skin is relatively really clean. And even the cursor looks really nice. There's not a cursor I've really ever seen for anything else. That's why I threw it in S rank because it's awesome and I'm a sucker for pixels. Up next, we have Material. It's material, except there's two T's, so it's Matt. Ariel. Incredible naming. Who is Matt? Why are they part of this? I have no idea. I don't know. But I can tell you is that this skin was a really clean. I really liked it. The two color combination that came along with it of red and blue very much reminded me of the Zoodionators type skin. It's also one of those skins that has the bar on the outside, the overlay, the square box to tell you the play area, which is like my personal only downside because I don't really like this box. Not for me. But all of the animations and other stuff for this skin is really clean. It's very nice. However, the only issue is that like it's not very super aesthetic. Like, it's not fancy, you know what I mean? It's very nice and simple looking. It's just not fancy. So, if you're looking for something extravagant or, similar to extravagant. I don't have another word off the top of my head. They probably don't want this one. But I will say that I really like this skin. Put this in S rank. It's very nice, very clean. Sometimes simple is really clean. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need a clean, simple skin to throw on and be like, yes. However, there is no however. I don't know why I said that. Moving on, S rank. We have up next Triangulate. Now, when I saw this skin, I did not realize that there was Team Triangle. I didn't know people were creating triangle circles and related stuff, or similar stuff at least. And then I loaded up expecting to see a triangle circle, and I saw a circle. Kind of disappointed. My own expectations let me down, as per usual. But outside of that, everything in the skin, if I remember correctly, was very nice. Nice. But it was very, like, laser-ified, It's like having a very laser style of skin. You know the, triangle effect on the giant circle for laser that I'm talking about? Yeah, they basically threw that on, like, every single normal circle in the thing, and I think that's why it's called Triangulate. Didn't really elaborate on where it came from. They just said it was OS triangles inspired, which I don't really know what that means. I don't know what OS triangle is. Outside of that, this skin is really nice, very simple. It's very much a beginner skin in my opinion. Like it's just not something I would ever use or ever imagine seeing like people Oh, like professionals use, like the big bangers. But I could be wrong. I'm not I'm not a professional yet. If that ever happens, it probably won't. But in my opinion, I don't need this skin. Also, it's green. We've been over this. I don't need green one color, like just one color skins. I don't not that it's green. That's not the issue. The issue is one color. I don't need one color. I need multicolor, which is why I'm putting this in B for blind, because I'm blind when it comes to one color. Up next, we have Gakuin Idol Master. Now, this is apparently an Idol Master skin. Do I know anything about that? No. Why would I ever know anything about that? In ever. But if you do, and you want an anime girl staring at you, they got a multitude selection of 10 different anime girls. 10. Just what you've always wanted. I know some of you in there have always wanted 10 different anime girls to stare at you. All right. Well, now you can singly pick them out and be like, I want it to be this one today. Now, for me personally, never would I ever have an anime girl stare at me. It's too much anxiety. If you see an anime girls, they like stare at you with the sun burning in their eyes, like 99% of the time. But the skin is actually not bad. It's not the skin comes out really clean. The pause menus are all different based off your character, which means they made 10 quote unquote different variations with it for like ending screens and such. But the actual skin for playing isn't bad. It's not bad. The color scheme isn't terrible. Having a different colored cursor for the different skins you pick, I mean, is definitely a change for sure. But I'm not really sure where that comes from. Like, does that come from like just like the character for what color they represent? I'm not sure. That would be my guess though. I guess when you're selecting which anime girl to stare at you, also take in the color of their background on the page and be like, this will also determine my color of my cursor. So, select your anime girl, and then if you want to change your color cursor, I guess select another anime background color and steal the cursor. I don't know. Whatever you want. Other than that, this game's pretty good. It's pretty nice. They put a lot of effort behind it. It's pretty cool. If you like Idol Master, I think there's 10 idols to choose from, and I'm putting them all in B. Next up, we have Kasumi Toyama, and then in parentheses Roland. Now, I'll tell you the same thing I tell you every time. No, I don't know what that means. Who am I? A professional? This is like the first video of mine you've probably ever seen in your life. Why the hell would I know that? As for the gameplay, you have another anime girl staring you in the face. Just what you've always imagined. I know that you sick freaks out there want an anime girl to stare at you the whole time. I know some of you are out there. Don't lie. For the skin, very interesting concept. When you're playing, you have the overlay square, and the pause menu also kind of lines up with the overlay. That's what I noticed while playing. So if you like the overlay and you want your pause menu or death menu to overlay lap, that's a plus for you right there. Boom, already one down. The circle colors are pretty clean. I think that there are 5 different colors that you can see, so it's like a 5-color skin. I mean, this is very much like an older style skin, in my opinion. Like it's very like I guess in a sense flashy to the point of being like too flashy, and I don't need all that flash. I don't need super flashy stuff. I just need something relatively simple. I need it to work and I need to look, kind of decent, all right? But having 2 anime girls stare at me on the song selection screen, I don't need that. I don't need 2 anime girls to stare me in my eyes. That's not beneficial to me. One girl is already enough, all right? I don't need 2. Terrifying. Put it in a B for too many. Up next, we have Onikata Kyoka. Kyoko? Onikata Kyoko, I think. I don't know. It's a Blue Archive character, all right? So for all those Blue Archive people who love this character or Blue Archive, here's a skin for you. Just what you always wanted. But the skin actually comes out really nice. I was really surprised. When I was selecting this, I didn't realize it was a Blue Archive character until my homeboy joined the chat and was like, Blue Archive. And I was like, I see. I don't know anything about that. I'm not a Blue Archive character, alright? I'm just here playing the skin. What I will say is that the skin is really nice. Very nice. The pause screen isn't bad. The song it gives you when it pauses pretty solid. The circles aren't bad in my opinion. I mean, I like the circles and I like the like little values it gives, having it just be a dot. However, I don't appreciate that my miss is also the same size as my 100. And thinking about it, it might be a DT skin, I guess, like a variation, quote unquote. But I really like this skin. It was very nice. It wasn't bad. And I liked it so much that I put it in S rank because the skin would just, it spoke to me at the upon first instance. Like it's like first love except first S rank or love at first S rank at first sight. I don't know. One of these is correct. Someone correct me. As for my issues, don't appreciate the anime girl. I don't need an anime girl staring at me the whole time. We've been over this. All right, and I'm gonna repeat it every single time because I have a problem. Don't worry about it. Number two, I'm pretty sure that the image doesn't change in the back for when you complete a ranks, like the A rank and B rank, like the actual image of the girl that stares at you doesn't change. Not a fan. I prefer it to change. And the pass screen is very questionable for passing a section. The section pass is very questionable. I don't know what's going on there, all right? I don't need all that. All right? I just need it to be green. But I did throw this one in S rank. I thought it was really clean. I had no problem with the way that it came out. Oh, it's a Blue Archive skin, so Blue Archive enjoys right here, enjoy. As for me, no. Up next, we have a skin called Seraph. All right, now Seraph is by far one of the better, if not the best, aesthetically pleasing skins to look at. All right, which is why when I saw it for the first time, when I loaded up, was I ever so disappointed when the circles were like really weird. They have this weird fading effect on the circles when you're playing. Like literally just I have no idea what that is. Maybe it helps you with hidden, easy. I have no idea what this is or why it has an animation on the circle. It's very weird. But I will say, as soon as I gave it another chance and got rid of the normal Seraph, went to Seraph AC, I was absolutely drowning in whatever this masterpiece was because goddamn, this looked phenomenal. Everything about Seraph AC specifically was so good. In fact, I almost put this in B rank because I just like the aesthetics are so good, but I literally just can't use it with this animation on the circle. Literally, like, what is this? I've never seen this before in my life. I don't want that. But as soon as I loaded up AC, all of the aesthetics came right back into my face. I was like, this is a masterpiece. This was absolutely one of the best skins that I've seen for a skin competition. One of the best for sure. I really like the skin when you load up the mod section, it's an entire picture. I mean, before I saw this skin, I haven't really thought about it, but I'm like, damn, that's clean. I've never even thought to even do that. Most of the time, people individualize them, but they were just like, boom, brick, you're welcome, and then they moved on. This skin is absolutely getting slapped in S rank, for sure. It's not even close. And next up, we have Ross Ado. All right, the Ado singer. If you played OS for a while, or literally listened to any Japanese music ever in your lifetime, or know anything about popular trends ever in the past year, you've probably heard of Ado. All right, someone dedicated a skin to them. In my opinion, this skin came out really clean. It's very blue, very nice, very aesthetically pleasing. However, there's too much blue. There's the circle and gameplay wise, there's just too much blue. I need a little bit less blue for my color palette. I was also kind of surprised that they chose dark blue and light blue for their colors. It was very interesting, along with the cursor being also kind of blue. Along with basically the HP and the skin overlay and the key overlay, even some of the numbers being blue. I didn't really need all that. The skin's nice. It's really clean. They put a lot of effort behind it, and it's really nice. I mean, the artist did a fucking phenomenal job, clearly. Up next, we have Os Future. Now, Os Future is a very interesting skin, alright? It's very interesting. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I loaded it up, and I got absolutely flashbanged by pink on the title screen as soon as the skin loaded. I mean, I was not expecting just that much pink on the entire background. I'm not sure I appreciate that for one, so too much. I loaded it in, and the UI for this area was pretty clean. Like, loading into the song select was pretty clean. It wasn't bad. Everything looked really nice. I mean, it seemed pretty chill. Gameplay wise, it's pretty clean. It wasn't bad. It's just very simple, very like standardized. It's just, but also it's lacking. It's lacking that flavor. It's lacking that touch. It's lacking that thing that is like essential to like catching someone's attention and being like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like it's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I could probably never do anything like this. It's too simplified. It's too simplified. It's like simplified and then like plus DLC simplified. It's too simplified. I need a little bit more flavor. Just for context, this is a skin in recreation of the default skin, but in modern and clean way. Couldn't be bothered with this much pink, and honestly, I can just simply rank. Next up, we have Refi Naboy skin. Yes. All right. I probably butchered this name. All right. I'm probably never gonna pronounce his name correctly, but it's Rafia underscore Naboy. The O is a 0, and then it's skin. Very weird. Not exactly something that I imagined when I was looking at this. Man, I'm gonna have to scratch that. They don't have any screenshots. Going over some of the ones that I skipped, which I believe are Refia and Naboy, just because I couldn't see it without loading it up. And having already loaded it up, I don't really. It's another anime girl skin, so it's another B. It wasn't amazing, and it didn't blow me away. So, and next we have Blue Archive again. Multiple blue archives. We have many archives of blue. Right now we have Kyoyama Kazusa. Did I pronounce that correctly? I fucking hope so. God, I have literally no idea. Supposedly they created this commission in like August 2023, but it took them like forever to publish it, considering the fact that it's March 2025 that they said that they published it. And they said it's, in their words, hot garbage by today's standards, but it is what it is, I guess. However, on the contrary, I really liked the skin. The skin wasn't bad. It was very interesting. It's very flashy. It's very clean. I like the circles. I like the gameplay. It's very aesthetically pleased. Like in my opinion, like after playing with the skin, I was like, what do you mean this is hot garbage in today's standard? This shit is phenomenal. If I was a Blue Archive enjoyer or I like this character, I mean I would be all over this skin. So in my opinion, no, I disagree. I don't think it's hot garbage. Heck you disagree. I put this in A rank. I didn't put it in S rank. I was like, this skin was moi, but it wasn't moi. Both of those were terrible interpretations. Completely ignore the fact that I did that, and it'd probably be beneficial to you. Probably gain like 2 years of lifespan. Now, coming up next, we have a skin that I discovered before this 2025 skin vote. I mean, this skin, I came across this. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. So I had already, before I even seen this skin, known what this skin was by name. And this skin is called Shorekeeper's Metanoia. All right, I don't know how to pronounce the last part. Probably from some anime or something. I have no idea. But looking at it, it's really, really smooth. It's really clean. It's a woo-wah character. And looking at it, like I mean, I had already fallen in love with it. So you already know I was voting this S rank. As soon as I saw this in the list for the first time, I was like, oh man, that I know that skin is that's going to an S rank. Now, I know what I said. Colors that are the same color is too much. I did say that. You're right. I did. However, the blue contrast between the darker blue and the light blue, I mean, it just works. I mean, that shit is bumping. And the purple was smooth as well. I mean, the purple came out of nowhere. It was like a shock to me. I was like, damn, that shit good. My only issue is the anime girl in the corner. Again, I don't need all that. Up next, we have Kyodern. This skin is very much older style, like way back early OS kind of. That's kind of what it reminds me of. When I was playing with the skin, it really reminded me of the older OS style. So oh, if you need like but it's also not for me. You'll never catch me using this skin. Oh my god, there's so much clutter on the screen, like 99% of and the colors just do not work for my brain at all. The blue and the orange, just it's I don't know, it just don't work. The colors ain't coloring for me. Bada bing, bada boom. I threw this in B rank. Now coming up next, we have by far probably the winner of the competition. I mean, let's be real. It's mapped by it's skinned by Spoo, not mapped. Like what do you expect? This guy is like a fucking monster when he creates skins. Literally, I think every skin this guy has created has been like a fucking masterpiece that I've seen. It's fucking crazy. But we have off script the group, with the cat and the merch that you saw a while back. If you ever saw that, yeah, we have a O skin now for them, and it's by Spoo. This one was commissioned by Nuclear Bomb or AREC, and everything about this skin is incredible. I mean, I'm probably keeping this skin in my skin list even if I'm not using it. I'll probably download this even if I was never going to use this skin to begin with. Now, I will say, this skin is very much three colors that I can see, which are like gray, and red. All right. And the gray difference is one of them's darker, one of them's lighter, and then like the red color of off script, which is really clean. It comes out really clean. My only complaint actually is that why do we start with the darker gray? Why? Throw the darker gray in the middle. Start with the red or the other gray. Why do we got to start with the darker gray? Why? Outside of that, everything else about this skin is absolutely fucking incredible. I mean, I love this skin. This skin probably is gonna win the competition, maybe. Who knows? It's opinion based. By far, this is an amazing skin. You go check this one out. Even if you don't like off script or the color scheme at all, go check it out anyway. I mean, this skin's incredible. S rank. Not even close. Up next, we have a skin called Appu. APPU. What did I see when I first saw the skin? Nothing. I exploded. I was like, huh? How do I pronounce that? I literally imploded the minute I read that for confusion. And there's no information on their page about it at all. Like literally no information. So that is really unfortunate trying to like get any information about it at all. However, there is an anime girl on the screen if you vibe with that. The only information I got for this skin was that the person's name is APPU. I will say there is too much pink on this skin. I don't know what's going on with the skin of last year. Like, I don't know why last year everyone's like, you know what we need? We need more pink. And then they all mapped pink. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know where that came from. But, if you like pink, it's a good contrast. It's a good skin. It got the anime girl. They got the ranks. They got the color of pink. It's exactly what you could have imagined when you pictured pink skin. So throw that bad boy on and get in there or something. I don't know. B rank. Up next, we have Strobe 1.01. All right, what is Strobe? No fucking idea. I will tell you, the only information I did gather was a Mania skin. So me as the standard player, what the fuck am I gonna do with a Mania skin? Well, obviously, load it up on the screen because I need to check out the skin. This is a skin competition. I gotta judge it by what it is. Do I play Mania skins? No. Can I like the Mania skin? Yes. I mean, I'm not a Mania player, but if I ever did, maybe this might be my skin. Who knows? But looking into it, I was like, damn, that is a really obnoxious thing to look at on my screen. With the whole flashing for getting a note. I mean, I saw that, I was like, no, absolutely not. I also not really a huge fan of this bar style on the mods. I mean, if you're a Mania player and you know anything about Mania, tell me how good the skin is. I'm not a Mania player. Check this shit out. I put this in B for not standard. And next up we have Tato's Dream. Yeah, apparently she slept too hard and created a skin out of it. Looking at the skin, it was very interesting to see. I mean, obviously, I expected to see Tato kind of in the name. So I saw Tato, I was like, boom, bada bing, bada boom, Tato. Tato's gonna be in the skin. And then I looked at the skin, I was like, damn, this screen select for my songs goes crazy. All right, it's very simple. For the actual playability, there's too much red. I don't need a monochrome color skin. I'm not a monochrome player. I don't need no monochromes. I got 23 of them already. I don't need a 23 and me. The skin is actually really nice, but I can't with the one colors circles. Right, I threw it in B rank for not Miku, because I'm a Miku fan. Up next we have wonderful every day. That is the name of the skin. Why is it called that? Literally no idea. I don't know why you would expect me to know. I didn't know the last 4 billion times you asked this. Why would I know now? Is that this skin, not a huge fan personally. Honestly, that there's kind of a lot going on here. It's very like overly fancy in my opinion. They got too much going on between the bar and stuff. I don't really like this mod section that they did. It's too the same. I want something a little bit like less the same between all the mods. The color scheme though, for gameplay wise, is actually really nice. In fact, that's one of the things I do like. I really like the cursor and I really like the circles and how they look. I think they came out really nice and really like them. It's really clean. I really like it. But everything else that's not that, it's not for me. Just so far beyond not for me. Like I can never imagine myself ever seeing this skin in my skin list. Just never. So I'm putting this one in C rank. Now up next, I mean, we gotta welcome it in. It's the PP cat skin. Now you might be asking, why did you intro it like that? I don't know. I think there was a skin that was similar in name before, because I remember watching BTMC have a problem with the quote unquote PP skin, and I just don't remember what that skin looks like honestly. This skin, however, filled with cats. We got cats everywhere, all over the screen. It's black and white. It's aesthetically really nice, and it has the closed boxes. So if you enjoy those, those could be for you. I mean, the skin is really clean. Now, on the contrary, the things that I don't like the rainbow on the top middle of my screen being my health bar. Right? I am not a top middle health bar person. I don't need that there, and I don't like the box. We know about the box. I don't like the box. Don't bring up the box. I don't like it. I mean, I almost put this in S rank, except I didn't because I had to put it in A rank for the box in the health bar. Up next, we have the OWO Max skin. Now, clearly, when I saw this, I was like, yes, OWO Max. The what now? Literally no idea who OWO Max is, but apparently this skin was made for them. What I will say is that this skin is really nice. It has multiple different colors between yellow, pink, and blue, and they're all on the relatively lighter side. I really like this skin. The UI isn't bad. It comes out really clean. It's also really fancy, but it's not like overly like too much blob of colors. It does run into the issue of having a anime character staring at me, but if you want it, it's right here. Boom. I will put this in A rank. Up next, we have yet another minimalist. Look, they know that their title is not super creative. They literally put it in the forum. I'm reading it literally from it right now. It's literally, yeah, it's another minimalist skin. I'm very creative with the title. But getting into it, I mean, it's a minimalist skin, so we're gonna go over this really fast. The overlay, simple. It's simple designed, right? It's not gonna be super complicated. The issues, green. There's too much green. I don't need this much green. I don't need this much green. There's too much green on my screen. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why everyone loves green as well. I don't know if the green skins are taking over the rest. Like, is this like an avatar thing? Like, after we lost the 4 colors of separation, we got just the green skins and pink skins taking over. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. But it's too green. Outside of that, minimalist skin, very simple. Throw it in B rank because too much green. Moving on. Next up, we have Two Tone, and their description is a simplistic skin with no heavy editing. Its gimmick is that most of the skin elements are bright on top and dark on the bottom. But, obviously it means that they literally just cut things directly in the center, and the top half is bright and the top half is dark, and the bottom. The top half is bright and the bottom half is dark. God, I can't speak. If you're looking at it and you're like, damn, I really like that gimmick, download that shit right here, right there. Go to the OS community, go to the skin of 2025, vote for that thing as number uno in your opinion or whatever else you want to put. But outside of that, this skin just wasn't for me. I don't like this cover or difference at all. This gimmick isn't for me. The gimmick, I can't. If you don't like the gimmick for the skin, it's probably not for you. So I'm gonna put it in B rank. Next up, we have a skin called Moony Moony or Money Money or MUNI. Staring at the skin, you load in to the song select, and boom, clean area. Anime girl staring at you as always. 2 more anime girls staring at you at the top left. exactly what you need. I mean, who else needs more anime girls staring at them? I mean, clearly the skin's right here just for you. The color scheme and the actual gameplay is also really smooth. It's not bad. I mean, you got blue and the pink and the red and a different rate between the three, so there's no color contrast that you have to worry about. It's pretty readable when they overlap. It's just whether or not you like the sounds and such, which most of the time the sounds are fine. It's pretty clean. It's very standard. Very simple. Boom. Put it in B rank. Move on. Next up, we have a skin called Tsubaki. But, again, we have an anime character staring at you, and in my book, that means B rank, so move on. No more ranking for your list. The mod stuff, the mod section, it's very much this simplified. The mod selection screen, not bad, very simple. In fact, too simple in my opinion. And everything about like the screens are like overly simplified. It kind of feels like they green screened and then they kind of slapped something on top of it. The color scheme isn't bad, so if you like the color scheme, go check it out. Boom, move on. B rank as you expected. Next up, we have Shiba Miyuki from the irregular at Magic High School, of course. We got the anime girl staring at you, so we already know where this is going. The mod section, they just kind of tilt it black when it's activated. Tint it black, not tilt. They tint the mod that you have selected black. Again, it's just very simple, very much like standard O stuff you see. So it's very cool, very epic. Go check it out if you want it. I didn't really care, but if you like the skin, go check it out. I mean, it's not bad. B rank. Next up, we have Rio, which I believe is a Blue Archive character, and I do know this one because of a very weird conversation I had about it, like forever ago. But I did recognize this was Blue Archive when I first saw it, and loading into it, I didn't expect much. But as soon as I loaded in and I paused for the first time, I literally got hit with the most questionable TOS thing that I've ever seen on OS. I mean, I wasn't ready for this at all. Like, it came out of literally nowhere. I wasn't expecting this at all. I mean, this was basically a traumatizing experience for me to stream. I saw that, I was like, I'm getting banned for sure. I'm cooked. And then I realized that I was broke in viewers, so it didn't matter what I showed on the screen. They didn't care. So obviously I put it in B rank, as you could expect. I mean, anime girl, whatever. Up next, we have a skin called Reopsu. Opsu? Ops? I don't know. This skin is very much like the old standard style of like the default stuff. So if you don't like the default stuff at all with the over dramatic effects and everything, this skin ain't for you. Move on. Me as a sucker, I had to at least check it out. I mean, I played the old variation of the OS game on the DS. I was there tapping with my stylus. So, it's brought back some memories. I was like, schizophrenia. Just what I imagined. And, I played that bad boy and it was like, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Loaded in. The skin isn't actually that bad for it, but again, we're in the new generation of O skins, so this is outdated by quite a large margin. But it's pretty aesthetically nice. It's not terrible. I really like the skin. I put this in B rank for her broke my DS because it was too big. The skin was too big. So if you like it, check it out. If you like that old style, come back, get some nostalgia, become schizophrenic like me. Next up, we have a default reforged, but we have a lot of skins in this list last year that were like reskins of the default. So maybe there was a skin competition for that. But we have default reforged, and when I loaded this, I was like, another default skin that I haven't seen before. But this one was actually kind of interesting because instead of taking the normal standard of nostalgia of the boomers and taking advantage of all the people older than like 10, they were like, boom, welcome to laser edition. We're getting fancy in here with default, and this skin is actually really clean. But this was basically like the laser-ified standard, all right? It was pretty clean. I like the way it looked. It wasn't bad. The color scheme was literally all for color, so you know that they ran the default stuff for it. So if you like the default client of OS standard, and if you like the OSU laser relatively effect, like download the default reforged and tell me if you like it. Up next, we have a skin called Blue 25, except without the E for blue. Now, when I was downloading it, it didn't tell me anything, as per usual. I mean, not everyone is gonna write a chunk of text and be like, boom, boom, these are the things that are important, these are the credits. Sometimes people just don't give a shit, and I mean, I can respect that. Save your time. But I loaded up the skin and I was like, bam, Bada bing, bada boom. Very simple style. It looks very minimalistic effect. So, I was expecting monochrome, but I loaded in and we got 2 colors of blue and orange. I mean, that's not a color combination I would usually go for, but, it wasn't bad. When you're hovering over the slider, I don't really like this slider, like the ball that they have or whatever it is. I'm not a fan of this diamond thing that they put in the slider to follow it. The orange and the blue, I mean, it goes together pretty well. It's not bad. I really like this skin. Could I ever see myself using it? Yeah, I mean, if somebody else put it on, I went to their house maybe, but not me personally. So I'm gonna have to move on and throw this in B rank. B for blue, or B for BP Chingu, who made it. Now up next we have a skin called Night Veil, and they have 3 variations of this skin. All right, I clearly want the most aesthetic skin and not the most playable skin. So originally I downloaded Pale Moon because I didn't realize that there was a difference between any of them. I just assumed they were like different color schemes, but supposedly Pale Moon is the least amount of clutter and it's the best for gameplay, and Moonfall is decorative and shiny and focuses purely on aesthetics. Obviously, I looked between the far ends of each side and I didn't touch Eclipse at all because I'm a professional. So I looked at Pale Moon first. And I was like, oh, this is much like a DT style skin, with the black and white. There was that. Also, I'm yapping like I'm schizophrenic, and I am. So, yeah. Now what? Moving on. But I looked at it and I was like, boom, I don't really like this. I'm not a DT player. Let me check out the aesthetic side. And I downloaded Moonfall. And downloaded Moonfall. It was the same thing. I was like, boom, boom, check it out. But, the rainbow cursor with the rainbow on the screen, that's not a fan. Not a fan. I didn't check out Eclipse. Tell me if I should go back and go check out Eclipse to see if it's worth it. The skin seems very much like overbearing by quite a large margin. I didn't like it on either extreme ends. So I put this in A rank just because it was aesthetically nice, but it's just not for me. Up next, we have Paper Rem/RAM, depending on who you are and which variation you want. When I downloaded it, I downloaded the Rem version, not the RAM version, because it was just closer to download. But playing the skin, it wasn't bad. It was pretty basic. It's just, classic anime girl skin, except, you got Rem and RAM as your variations. So if you like Rem or Ram and you want them to be paper and you want them to be in your OS game and stare at you and whisper sweet curses into your ears and maybe get you killed later, download the skin. It's right here. Boom. Paper Rem/RAM. I put this in B rank because they're both terrifying. Agnes Tachyon, for all those Uma Musume players, we got a skin for Agnes Tachyon right here. Just what you've always wanted. Now, when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is clearly Uma Musume, because I recognize this person from all my friends who are Omega addicted to this. But, I already not a fan of Anime Girl, and, I'm not a fan of Uma Musume, mainly because I just haven't checked it out yet. So I downloaded the skin. I was like, yeah, this is certainly a skin of all time, and it just kind of wasn't for me. The actual gameplay is actually pretty nice. The cursor is relatively not bad. To me, this is just very much another anime girl skin, and you know how I feel about those. Next up, we have a skin called Gradients. Now, what does that mean for no skin? Literally no idea, but they say yes, I still like colorful skins. The UI, if you look at it, the player stuff, it comes out pretty clean actually. Like it's very much like it's like relatively quote unquote complex, but it's also very simplified. Standard gameplay isn't that bad. I mean, it's glowy circles, and God forbid this overlay. Absolutely not. As for like the actual gameplay wise, I mean it's like shiny-ified circles, which is not something I normally see, so that was cool. It's not for me. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't speak to me. It wasn't whispering sweet nothings into my ear for bedtime. I was just like, ooh, spooky ghosts, and then I moved on A rank because I still like the skin. Next up, we have a skin called Aesthetic 2.0. Clearly, obviously, the first thing that should come to your mind is that this skin is going to be super aesthetically pleasing. Wrong. All right, that's what I was expecting too, and that's not what I got. I was really surprised when I loaded it up, and it was just not aesthetified or super fancy at all. I mean, I was expecting it to be like overly fancy and all that, and then it wasn't. My hopes were brought up, and then someone smacked me in the face, and I was like, damn. But it's not a bad skin. It's very simple, and most of the elements, if not all, which they say almost all of their elements were created from scratch. Every single element that you see on the screen are from scratch. So if you like the skin for being super simple and being aesthetic 2.0, whatever that means in this situation, They did the work. I'm just reviewing it terribly, as you would expect. B. Next up, we have a skin called Sunset Claws Dash Topaz. Now, when I saw this, I didn't know what that meant at all, but I just assumed this was just another anime girl skin. And guess what? It is. What'd you expect? I mean, people love anime girls. They need them in all of their skins. So, looking at the skin, it's very aesthetically nice. Whoever Topaz is, go check out the skin if you like Topaz. The color scheme of the skin is like this yellowish orange with this red maroon color ish. So, if you like this color scheme or you like this character, I mean, go check them out. They're right there. Being, again, to me, another anime girl skin. I don't need that. Moving on. Furina de Fontaine, which you probably know from a game called Genshin Impact. This is a skin by Spoo. Who could have imagined we have another skin by Spoo in 2025? If this guy created, again, like 4 billion skins or something, he might have a problem. Someone go check on him later. He might have autism or something. Who knows? All I can say is that, again, he does great work. I mean, he's made this list many times. I mean, this shit going in S rank, I'll tell you that now. But looking at the skin, it's very aesthetically nice. I mean, if you like Farina de Fontaine, or what I'm gonna call it, the Farina skin, I mean, it's right here for you. They got the anime girl, they got the more anime girls, they got the color scheme, they got the actual aesthetic effects. The mod section, though, where you select what mod to use, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't know if this is relevant to the game of Genshin. The actual color scheme of the gameplay and all of that, it's very nice. And when you look at the difference between like the different ranks for S ranks and double S ranks and D ranks, you can actually see the different text messages between them. So, you actually get insulted the whole time. Just like you always wanted for you masochists out there, I guess. It has the double blue, and then it has like this orange, like this yellowish orangey skin color, this beige, I guess. I don't know what color this is. Up next, we have Osu Live French edition, and now we have access to their skin. It's right here. Boom. The new skin for Osu Live French tournaments and LAN events. Made by, I believe, Cornet 2 Plum 3, unless they say it somewhere else, which I just not reading. But the skin is actually really nice, alright? I'm not a fan of the trail cursor with the line. I'm not a fan of the trails. Not for me. The skin color scheme is really nice. That the purple, really good for the French themes gameplay, and it goes between all 4 modes. Because they stream more than just oafs there. Obviously, I mean they aren't stingy. They aren't just one direction. They're covering all their bases. So, in my opinion, I think this skin is A rank. But if you disagree, or I don't know, for some reason hate this skin, I'm sorry that I have an opinion. Go check out the skin though. OS FR Live V2. Go check it out. Next up, we have a skin called Orbit. What do I know about this skin? It was made for Neptune Orbit, or Orb 1T, but I'm saying Orbit. Absolutely want nothing to do with this skin. I don't like this color scheme at all. I am not about this at all. Clearly made for this person's specific taste or whatever, but I am not about it at all. The gameplay wise, the aesthetic, it's not for me. C rank. And then I moved on because I didn't want anything to do with it. I'm sorry, Orbit. Don't hate me. It's not my fault. I have an opinion, I swear. I mean, it is, but can you cut me some slack? I would appreciate it. Next up, we have a skin called Vat. Now, Vat is like minimalist and aesthetically nice. All right, because they took both things and they were like, what if I slap these together? Like I was a famous singer who made a unnamed song. And essentially, this skin comes out really clean. I really like everything about this skin. I mean, the color scheme, the way that it looks on my screen, the amount of stuff I can actually see, even loading in, it's really nice. It's this like hologrammy effect for most of the for a bunch of stuff. And it has a triple color between yellow, pink, and blue. Everything about it. So it's very nice. And I really like this skin. So go check out this skin if you like it. I will say, for some reason, I was very laggy when I was playing it one time. I don't know what happened to it. But I put this skin in S rank. Up next, we have a skin called Fluffy V, which is an Eevee based skin. I assumed. I assumed that's what the nameplay is. But I was not about the skin at all. I didn't want anything to do with the skin, honestly. This color scheme, the Eevees on my screen, it's not for me. It really isn't. I couldn't be bothered with this skin. I loaded it up and I was like, bam, is this good? And then I was like, ooh, not for me. So I put this in B for not for me. Up next, I mean, you'll never believe it, guys. We have a blue archive skin. I mean, we go again. What do you expect? The blue archive skin is Midori and Momoi, which again I have no idea who is because not a blue archive player. Merry Christmas. I don't know, man. But it's right here. So you can throw that bad boy on and you can look at that absolute blue archive masterpiece in your eyes. In my opinion, I don't want anything to do with this skin. I don't really like this skin that much. The other blue archive skins, in my opinion, were quote unquote better, and it's just everything about this I just could not get behind. I mean, I like pixels, so like the main menu speaks to me, and the skip screen speaks to me. But outside of that, literally want nothing to do with the skin. Put it in C rank. I don't want anything to do with it. Next up, we have a skin called Pilk Drinker. Yes, it's called Pilk Drinker. What does that mean? I don't know. Apparently, it's a skin made for someone called Pilk or Pilk. But this skin is a monochrome skin, alright? The gameplay is monochrome, so this is more quote unquote minimalist, but like it has a cyan touch to it. If you like Pilk, I mean, this skin is just for you. Boom. It was made for Pilk, so you get behind the skin. Next up, we have a skin called Integral. Integral is a skin that is supposed to be relatively simplistic, and it is. I mean, you load it up; it's like standard stuff. It's not super overbearing. It doesn't splash anything in your face. They're just like, boom, you have skin now. And you know, some people need that. Some people need some skin. Me, on the other hand, I don't. I mean, I've been downloading them, but like, you know, if you like the skin, it's not bad. It's pretty like standard. It has the multiple different colors. It's not bad. It's just not super flashy, so it's more simplistic. And if you like that, boom, put it in. I mean, I like it. I put this in A rank. Next up, we have a skin called Ichino's Honami. I put this in B rank because it has an anime girl on it. Because this is a character from Classroom of the Elite. Let me just double check. And it is. Yes, I'm not schizo. And if you load it in, you get the anime girl go. Holy! You have the anime girl staring at you the entire time. You have the mod section, and you know the gameplay is relatively also simplistic. I mean, it's again another standard anime girl skin. So I was just icky B rank. Next up, we have a skin called Keisuke Sanan from Hakuoki. What does that mean, you may ask? I have literally no fucking idea. What I will say is that this skin has one of the most interesting circles I've ever seen. I wasn't expecting that. I can get behind it, and it's very aesthetically nice, but it's not readable because the circles are not transparent enough for me to read for stacks. Everything about the skin is relatively, like, pretty nice. It's very much, like, aesthetically pleasing. Even the mods look nice. It's just, it isn't for me. I couldn't get behind it, unfortunately. And I put it in B rank. Next up, we have a skin called Magical Mystery. This was apparently a winning skin originally made for Koi Fishu's 3-day skinning competition, but apparently it's scuffed. I mean, it's basically all the information that I'm getting from it, but I could not get behind this skin at all. Everything about this, it's just weird looking. The same thing with Magical Mystery. When I was looking at the skin, I really didn't like that one actually. So I put that one in C rank. Absolutely didn't want anything to do with that skin either. Up next, we have a skin that I can't fucking pronounce. I don't speak Chinese. I think this is Chinese. It looks Chinese, but could also be wrong. But I can't tell you what the name of this skin is for the life of me. It's just 3 Chinese characters. But I can tell you is that I absolutely love this skin. This kit is very simplistic. It's very standardized. The colors are really nice. It's very like funny at some points. Like it's not a super lot of big changes. In fact, like a lot of the design doesn't change at all. But and it's just like another simple skin that you can check out without an anime girl. So if you like that, go check it out. It's right here. Boom. Chinese skin that I can't fucking pronounce at all. And even when I Google Translate it, I'm sure that it's not translating correctly. I mean, it translates to beautiful skin, but it seems incorrect to me. So, move. Moving on, S rank. Next up, we have a skin called Iochimari, idol version, which is supposedly, it looks like Blue Archive to me. I can tell you is that the menu is standardized with an anime girl on it. I mean, like, what did you expect? It's an anime girl. The mods aren't like super creative. They're tickets, but the actual gameplay, it's solid. It's standard. It's not super impressive either, in my opinion. It's very much a standardized skin. So, if you like Iochimari, I guess the skin's for you, but I don't know. I don't really see anyone outside of people within that specific taste using the skin. So, unfortunate. But I put it in B rank if you disagree. Next up, Project Cantarella. Now, if I remember correctly, and I don't remember correctly, I believe this is a Wuwa character. I can only assume that it is, but I don't remember, honestly. But looking at it, it's very aesthetically simple. It's very much a very simple design. It's not super complicated. There's not a lot of color to it. It's just very much a like minimalist monochrome type skin. So if you like the menu and you like the way that the stuff looks, then I guess this skin's for you. All I can say is that I am not about this skin. I couldn't get behind it. Anime girl and monochrome, and the cursor matches the circle color of my hits. Can't get behind that. C rank, just can't get behind it. Next up, we have Schroet's Game Collection. But apparently, this guy creates obscure mobile games. For whatever reason, this guy made a skin behind it. But I can tell you, I absolutely despise everything about this skin. Oh my god, absolutely not. No, no, never. I put this in literally F rank. I hate everything about this skin. There isn't a single thing that I do like about this skin. I don't even like the cursor. The cursor looks funky. This skin is absolutely not for me. I will say they are a true beginner in skin making. They reference a few masters in their work, their words, and they credited their artists, so respect on them. I mean, Tiny Z, good props on you for figuring out how to do this. I don't like your skin. I don't. Next up, we have a skin called Cyberfunk. Yes, not to be confused with Cyberpunk or Cyber Vibes, which we covered earlier. But I can't say this is their first skin ever, and I can say, holy god, I don't think I could ever play with this skin. The circles are so detailed that they just take up all of my attentions, and when there's multiple on the screen, I can't read anything. The skin is really aesthetically nice, and they definitely did a good job doing the aesthetic for the circles and making everything look kind of clean for what they were doing, but I can't get behind the skin either. It looks really nice, but I'm gonna put this in F rank. I can't. I'm sorry, but XD Plasma Lord XD. I can't do it. I couldn't play with this skin. Props on you for making a skin. It's pretty good for your first time. I mean, I probably can't even do anything close to that on my first time, as considering my first time hasn't happened. Up next, we have Nakamasa Ichika, a skin which I believe is also another Blue Archive character. All right, again, I could be wrong. Going into the skin, I like the cover scheme. Cover scheme's really nice. It's black reddish color. I don't like how the image, though, at the bottom is always the same image. Like, it doesn't follow your profile picture at all, which is relatively obnoxious, but whatever. I also don't really like the image in the circle at the bottom of the select screen. Like, like I don't like it doesn't change, and it's weird looking. I don't want to be staring at that. The color scheme though between the circles are really clean. I really like the color scheme between them. The gameplay is actually really clean, despite the anime girl images. You know how I feel about anime girls. I can't. But I will say this one's probably getting A rank because the gameplay is just so smooth. A rank, move on. Up next, we have a skin called Yume Nikki, which is based off of the game Yume Nikki. I know, big shock. Who would have guessed that Yume Nikki is based off of Yume Nikki? It's apparently like a pixel RPG style video game. I'm not gonna say anything specific since I again haven't looked into it and don't know. Have no idea. Certainly is a skin of all time, but I can't get behind this skin at all. I don't really like the way that anything looks. Like I love RPG style stuff. Like I love that type of video games. I like that type of content, but I can't get behind the skin at all. It's like too pixely. It looks really nice. It's very aesthetically nice, but I can't see myself ever using this skin ever. So I'm gonna have to put it in B rank. Next up, we have a skin called Hoshimi Miyabi, which I believe is a ZZZ character. All right, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And I can tell you that I don't like this skin, alright? I don't like the way that the overlay is laid out, I don't really like the way that the menu is laid out, I don't really like the way that the mods are laid out, I'm not a ZZZ enjoyer, and I don't really like the color scheme between the notes. I mean, they're just, it's too blue. The blue are too close together. So unfortunately, I'm gonna put this in C rank, and I can't imagine myself ever using it. And I don't really like a lot of the assets on it, unfortunately. So C rank it is. Next up, we have Manhattan Cafe by Newman, all right, who's made quite a couple of these skins, actually. I haven't been calling them out. And apparently they weren't drunk when they were making this one. I don't know if that's relevant. Now, loading in the skin, first thing I see, anime girl, and then the second thing I see is other anime girl, and I was like, bam, immediate B rank. And then looking at the skin, the song selection screen, pretty nice, pretty standard, it's not bad. The mod selection screen, pretty good, it's not bad. Just a bunch of anime girls. I mean, that's a classic, simple, standardized stuff. And then the actual gameplay, I mean, the gameplay kind of spoke to me for a little bit. I mean, the yellow and the brown, I mean, I didn't expect it, but it was, it was speaking my lingo. However, I can't get behind the anime girl enough to, continue with that. If you like this game, go check it out. I think this is, if I remember correctly, an Uma Musume skin, but I, again, have no fucking idea. Go check it out if you like any of the things that I have mentioned. I'm out. And now we have a skin which I never thought I would ever see is Poland Ball. And I was checking it out, and I can't get behind the skin either. I don't know what's going on with the skin. It's pretty playable though. I don't need Poland Ball, and I don't really need the rest of the aesthetic that comes with it. So I wasn't super interested in this skin. But for me, I'm putting this in C rank. I don't want anything to do with it. Up next, we have a skin called Arona and Planin. I know this is Blue Archive because it literally says it in the forum post, so I'm not schizo this time, I swear. But checking it out, it's not bad on the front. I mean, it is incredibly blue. And by incredibly blue, I mean incredibly blue. I mean, it sticks with Blue Archive, but I absolutely do not need the anime girls on my screen upon every single look, and I don't really like the way the gameplay looks, so I'm gonna have to put this in B rank for Blue Archive and move on. Next up, we have a skin called Stars in the Sky, which has supposedly been fully reworked, is returned with Stars in the Sky V2, which is apparently, that means this is a quote-unquote improved version of the original, but I don't even know what this is. But playing it, I was not a fan. I wanted nothing to do with the skin. I mean, I don't need this blue effect, and I don't really like this nighttime stars in the sky effect, I guess. As it's just like overly simplified. It's not a lot of detail on it. So if you like this like super minimalist style, I guess. But for me, I'm putting it in B for blue. Next up, we have a skin called Leviathan. Now, Leviathan has a banger fucking background image on the screen that comes with it. Like, when you go to the start menu and you have that thing, I mean, that's a banger image. I am a sucker for that black and white. But the actual skin itself, I could not get behind. I don't know what it is, but the colors are too close. The gameplay-wise, I don't really like the box. And I don't really like the end screen. I have to put it in B just because it's a kind of a banger looking skin. So if you can get behind it, go check it out. It's like this black and white quote unquote effect. Next up, we have Kikuri's Diary. Now, Kikuri is a character from Bocchi the Rock. And yes, I did realize this because I am a Bocchi the Rock enjoyer, meaning that I've seen Bocchi the Rock. Now, going into the skin, I mean, I saw it and like the picture is very manga style. So it's very, very like aesthetically pleasing to me because my God, I love this manga style. And it has the most important thing that you ever need when loading in Toos, a cat, and a drunk. That's exactly what you need. That's exactly the first thing you need to load up OS and see. Go to your song selection screen and you have a drunk anime girl staring at you. They also have a cat also there. It's exactly what you've always wanted in OS, a drunk anime girl and a cat. It's like the perfect combination. Absolutely love this. I love this so much that I put this in S rank. Up next, we have a skin called the Witch of Certainty, alright? And I also realize now that I've said up next, or the word next, like 4 billion times, so counter that, I guess, and then make fun of me in the comments or something, who knows. But this skin is actually not bad. By God, if you're a beginner in OS, do not get this skin because you can't read anything. All of the S ranks and stuff, like, and all of that, have all been changed. It's just very aesthetically nice. And if you don't know what mod you want, then like they're gone. Like they're shapes and symbols. Welcome to ancient Egypt. If you do and you aren't worried about what anything says or whatever language this is or whatever this is, honestly, I don't know anything about this or where this is from. I can get behind the aesthetic. I mean, that wasn't what blew me away or like threw me into the trash can. And it was kind of the cursor. This cursor just too big, and the color scheme just it's kind of like too aesthetic. I can't get behind it. So unfortunately, I put this in A rank. And we have Estrella from Donamachi. I do actually know this one. However, again, anime girl character, B rank immediately, just instinct at the base level. And it didn't blow me away. So it's just kind of very standard anime skin, just like another character. If you like Estrella, it's from Donamachi. If you like Donamachi, go check out the skin. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's very standard. Not for me though. Neck up. Neck up. Next up, we have a skin called Elaine. So you can go check it out. It's from The Wandering Witch, apparently, which I totally got wrong. Realizing now, because I totally thought this was from the 300 years killing slimes, which is very clearly isn't upon further inspection. Or maybe it is, or maybe I'm just schizophrenic. Don't take my word for anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. But this skin is absolutely, it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's very much purple aesthetic, but you know the cursor doesn't blend in with anything, and the pause menu and the fail menu aren't bad. It might be tied to what it's from, but I have literally no idea, as I am schizophrenic, as we have learned throughout this video. Upon further inspection, this skin is absolutely a B rank because I can't get behind this ending screen for when you pass something. I don't need this anime girl staring at me with her feet out through the overlay. I don't need that. Not for me. I don't need the witch girl staring at me just anywhere, honestly. The anime girl aesthetic just kind of isn't for me, and I don't want it. So I'm putting it in B rank. Next up, we have a skin called Yukihana Lami. Upon first inspection, it kind of looked like one of those like VTuber singers, but I have no idea what they're from. So, you know, I guess leave that in the comments, I guess. What this does have is an anime girl, so I'm putting it in B rank. The gameplay isn't bad. I can get behind the gameplay. The blue isn't bad. Next up, we have a skin called Ideka, or I don't even know anymore. Already, first impressions, I think about when seeing this. I had literally no like mental image at all with what this skin could possibly look like. Loading in, it's kind of just very basic. It's kind of another one of those like Osu stable recolors type. It's just like, you know, simplified. So I guess go check it out. They apparently have zero experience with making skins and force themselves not to use stuff from other skins as much as they could. So, you know, go check it out. Props to them. So I put it in B rank because you know, I'm looking for the skins that I like. All of the skins in B rank I don't really like. You know, I don't need an anime girl staring at me. I don't need a default skin recolor. Now, next up, we have a very rare occurrence, all right? Because I have found a DT skin, but this one I really like. This DT skin with the Raphis hit sounds. Now, this one is actually pretty clean. It's pretty clean DT skin. It has color on it, and it's not super overbearing, surprisingly. Something about this DT skin speaks to me, unlike the other one. You know, it sold me. It sold me. It sold me so much that I put this in S rank. I know, unexpected. As a non-DT player, you know, I'm putting a DT skin in S rank, not what I would have ever expected. Next up, we have a skin called Star Chess. A lot of this has a bunch of like Chinese letters to it that I couldn't really read. As for what it looks like, it's pretty clean. It's very much that like older style kind of, but I don't want anything to do with anime girls staring at me. And this skin is also super, 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 super distracting to look at. Like I feel like there's just too much to grab my attention. I don't want any part of that, so I put this in B rank. Next up, we have a skin called Crimson Stella from Chivalry of a Failed Knight. It's a Stella skin, and there have been a couple in the past, but this one is just like another one. It's another anime girl skin. It's another one. It has color scheme, but it's not, and I couldn't really get behind it, so I put it in B rank, and the mods aren't even super aesthetic to me. You know, if you like Crimson Stella, go check it out. There's a skin, another skin that you can check out now. Up next, we have a skin called Quartz, which is Steven Universe based. Quite literally what to expect. It's Steven Universe. It, you know, instead of an anime girl staring at you, it's the cartoon from like the cartoon character. There's lots of pink skins going around, so you can check that out if you like Steven Universe. It's very simple. The skin isn't bad. It's pretty readable. If you like Steven Universe, go check out the skin. However, I am not a fan, nor have I seen the Steven Universe. I'm gonna put this in B rank. Up next, we have a Fall Guys skin. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. We have a Fall Guys skin. Were you expecting that? I wasn't. I didn't know that someone was gonna make a Fall Guys skin. All right. Now I will say I already don't like Fall Guys. It's just not my type of game. They took sounds from that game. I was already not sold on this skin. Gameplay wise, gameplay's not bad. All right. It's pretty standard. It's pretty simple. It also isn't for me. I don't really like the way that anything looks in this skin, but this skin isn't for me, so I put this in C rank. And last but not least, we have May for Guilty Gear. I will say, I wasn't expecting much. By this point, I've seen every other skin, and the last one was going to be an anime girl skin. I mean, God forbid, how many anime girl skins do I have to go through in my lifetime? But I did load it up, and goddamn, I am sold on this skin. I mean, having the anime girl stare at me, it's one negative, and the pros outweigh the cons. So I gave this an S rank. I was absolutely a sucker for this skin. This absolutely blew me away. I like the aesthetic a lot. I didn't realize how much I liked this aesthetic. But the color scheme was also pretty good, and along with the gameplay coming out really smooth. It was a completely 3 to 4 color thing. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was a 3 to 4 color skins, and the colors came out really nice, and I liked it. So I put this in S rank. I know, shocker, I shocked myself. We love bangers. That leaves us with our final contenders. Now, if you notice, I said more than 10 for S ranks, alright? And there's a reason for this, because I removed some. So our final list of S ranks will look like this. We have Off Script by Spoo, absolutely amazing. Put that one absolutely first place in my opinion. Second place absolutely goes to Seraph, aesthetically pleasing. It's not a bad skin, it's unique. And then that coming in third place, absolutely, that is absolutely fucking incredible. In fact, in my opinion, I think that is higher than Seraph, but I also know that people are a sucker for aesthetics, so I'm gonna say Seraph is better than that. In fourth place, I mean, Shorekeeper's Matonia. I mean, I'm a sucker for that skin already. And then obviously, Spoo's gonna come in, steal first and fifth place, because Farina de Fontaine was already an incredible skin, even if you're not a Genshin Impact player, you know that skin is absolutely banging. I mean, it was made by Spoo. Shocker. In sixth place, we have, in my opinion, the Chinese skin. Again, I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. I can't read Chinese. I'm still pretty sure that it doesn't say beautiful skin. And then we have Kikuri's Diary. I mean, I am a sucker for a cat and a drunk staring at me. I mean, so much so that I would vote for it. Am I keeping the skin? Probably not. I'm probably only keeping like 2 of these skins, or maybe 3. And then coming in 8th place, we have Material. I mean, Material is a banger skin. It's a classic, but it's just too simplistic to me. I can't vote it higher than that. And then Haskell is going 9th. It's a DT skin. It's not super unique. I know a lot of people won't like it. In fact, it's my favorite DT skin that I think I've found so far, but it's not better than the other skins that I named. And then last place come in May Guilty Gear, because Anime Girl is just, it's not enough. It's not enough to, to make it. I mean, I can vote for you, but it's not enough to make the list. Guilty Gear in 10th place. And that is my final list of the skins for voting. So if you have any problem with my list, tell me your opinions. Disagree with me, agree with me, tell me whatever you want in the comments. I just wanted to go over it before the time limit ran out, so I hope that this is actually posted before then, if I actually lock in and work on it. But other than that, go check out, the skin voting phase for the skin of the year for 2025. Tell me anything that you think I've skipped over, anything that I should go back and double check. Even though it's not in the video, I also like skins. That's why I'm reviewing them. I think the unique aspect of making your own stuff and then releasing it to the public is very cool. So if you like that and you like skins, then tell me which one was your favorite. Tell me which one do you think I should have voted for, and tell me which ones you think I overlooked and did not look at enough. Outside of that, this is basically the end of the video. I mean, what else are you fucking waiting for? There's nothing else here. I already covered the basics. Why are you watching this video? Or done. Just click out. Just leave. What's wrong with you? However, if you are saying, I mean, I am also a streamer. I mean, most of the gameplay that you will see on the screen in the background will have been from streams. So go check me out when I do stream. I don't have a schedule, so just, I guess, wing it, figure it out. I don't know. I might be streaming by the time you watch this video. Who knows? I might have created a schedule by then. On the real note, thank you for watching. Very cool. Skin of the year 2025, in my opinion, goes to Spoo. Off script. Off script is an amazing skin, in my opinion. And second place definitely goes to Seraph, in my opinion. Just aesthetically very, very nice skins. Thank you for watching. Peace.